Hello, Leo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Leo, I was inspired by one of you to create a new sort of reading. Now, did you guys get it last week? So, what the hell is your deal, man? I can't remember. I don't even know what it was that you got. But anyways, I can't remember. I was just showing you different readings. And someone in the comment section of Leo, because the reading is really sort of, I guess I should have worded it, what the hell is their deal, man? It's kind of what that is. But I love one of the comments was like, oh, Cindy, I wanted it to be about us because I know I'm such a hot mess. I want you to tell me. So I've been thinking of you, honestly, I can't remember who commented. Shout out to you in the comments here, if you're here. I thought, you know what? I like that idea. I do. So I've been kind of mulling over it for the last week or so, and I created a new reading. And so we're going to find out who you really are, the mask you're hiding behind, why you hide your true self, how this affects your relationships, advice to you, and guidance or outcome if you follow the advice. And then I've created a whole new extended for this reading too because I like it so much. So an extended, going to find out how to improve your relationships. What would your deeper self tell you about your mask and how to release your true potential? So, look at you, pussycats. Inspire me to do something new here, and I like it. I always like doing new things. Yeah. So, let's get started. I'm going to start with the tarot. And extended if you are drawn to it. The link is at the top of the description of this video. So, Leo, pussycats. Who are you really? The mask that you're hiding behind. Why you hide your true self. How this affects your relationships. Advice for you and outcome if you follow the advice. Who you really are. You are temperance. You are patient. You are divinely guided. You allow yourself to be divinely guided. Wow, you may actually, whoever's coming to this reading, you may actually have a lot of Sagittarius energy within you. I kind of feel like you might really deep down inside want to be like a real traveler, to learn as you travel throughout the world, like a hands-on energy of wanting to learn, but you're patient. You can be patient. You can actually be patient. That makes a lot of sense. Because isn't Leo a fixed sign? Isn't Leo like Aries is cardinal? I think Leo is fixed and Sagittarius mutable. So that would make sense. So the mask that you hide behind is the moon. So like you're hiding behind your fears. You're hiding behind the possibility of the unknown here. You could also, too, the moon has a lot to do with, I want to say sort of, I'm putting in here like the occult and the and like psychic abilities, intuition. You're hiding behind that. That's the mask that you're hiding behind. I want to say like who you really are. I don't know that you're hiding that. Maybe people think that you're a lot more impatient than you are. You're able to alchemize. You're an alchemist. This is going to be interesting to clarify. Why you hide your true self? The Knight of Wands. You need a hot minute here. You need a minute. You need a minute to catch your breath. You take on a lot of burdens and responsibilities. Perhaps you're in a point of time or a cycle where it feels like you're kind of going constantly uphill, or the staircase just keeps getting longer. It's like a bad dream, you know, when you're running and the hallway just keeps gets to the end of that hallway. So that's why you're hiding your true self. How this affects your relationships? Ooh, the devil. Oh, your reading is going to be one that the clarifiers tell it all. It's clarifiers tell it all. Okay, I kind of feel like you're fed up with some sort of situation in your life with the Nine of Wands. You're being patient as hell. You are patient. You have the patience to get yourself through this. And part of that patience, like what you're partly doing is alchemizing. You're allowing something to happen. You're allowing cards to be played. You're allowing energy to follow through with an anticipation of something for yourself. It feels like, so when you put on a mask, it doesn't really necessarily mean that's what you represent, right? You're just allowing people to think that. So you might be in a situation where you are allowing others to feel like maybe you are too afraid to take some sort of action here. And it affects your relationship because there's some sort of toxicity. I want to say that maybe people can see, or people or someone can see through the mask a little bit here. I don't know that Leo is really afraid to do whatever Leo's going to do. The advice for you, when you're ready, you do it. The Chariot, to move forward. Move out of the guck. Once the energy of temperance, of what you're harnessing right now, has finished alchemizing a situation, either behind you or ahead of you or both, go. Go, baby. Outcome if you follow the advice. The Four of Cups. What the hell? Could you turn out to be a missed opportunity for someone else? Yeah, this is a reading, or could you miss an opportunity? How could you miss an opportunity if you're being guided to move forward, right? Maybe revisiting an opportunity? That's why we need these clarifiers. The Daughter of Wands is at the bottom, like the Page of Wands. Simple communication. Nothing too big. Nothing too monumental. But it's tied up. It is tied up. Ooh, it's interesting too. It's tied up and it's like an 8. Put it like, well, 8 is the number, so it's also infinity, but 8 is the number of the Strength card, Leo's energy, typically in the tarot. So maybe your communication is a little bit tied up here because you're being patient, but you're kind of almost at the end here. The staircase has been long. I'm really curious. I really feel there's some interesting energy. Like if you were putting on some sort of a mask to make people think that you're too afraid to do something, or fear is holding you back, I think someone can see through it a little bit. It creates some sort of toxicity because this is not how it affects you. It's how it affects your relationships. Because if you were pretending that, yeah, I'm afraid of these things, I'm, kind of lying to yourself and how it affects you, well, that would make a lot of sense with the Devil. It creates a sense of toxicity around you, entrapment. All right. Who you really are is Temperance. Who Leo really is Temperance. Look at this, the Hanged Man and the Magician. Boy, what are you doing? It's all major arcana. You're going through a major change right now. Because who you really are is all major arcana right now. Like whatever energy that you're sitting in is quite significant. Whatever you're moving towards is quite significant. Whatever you're moving out of is quite significant for you right now. I don't think you're afraid. Maybe a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to stop you. So curious what you're manifesting. Okay, the mask you're hiding behind. I'm sorry, I keep looking at who you really are. Temperance and the Hanged Man and the Magician. It's almost like you're being called on to create a new future for yourself in a way that possibly you haven't done that before. It's definitely a road less traveled. You're needing to take some time out here to look at it and to analyze it. There's a sense of self-sacrifice here with Temperance and the Hanged Man. Being divinely guided. The mask you're hiding behind is the Moon. The Moon came out again. The Moon, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords. This is what you're hiding behind. The Moon twice now. I don't think you're so much afraid as you're just worried about the unknown. I don't think it's a fear. I think it's a worry. But you might be projecting to other people that maybe you feel trapped or you wouldn't do this. This is a new beginning here. It's almost like you have something up your sleeve with the Magician, who you really are. You're hiding. Your mask is people thinking you're too afraid to do something. And I just feel like this is kind of like up your sleeve, some sort of a new beginning. You're hiding behind the concept of anxiety. You're not really necessarily anxious. I don't think you are. I think you are playing a really tough poker face right now, Leo. It's kind of sexy, actually. It's really interesting. Why you hide your true self, the Knight of Wands? Because you're tired. You're kind of feeling like this has been a long freaking road, man. And there's been like stumbling blocks on every step. So also a sense of others thinking that you're too afraid to do something or take action on something. Kind of takes the pressure off, right? Kind of takes the pressure off because you don't want to feel any pressure right now. So the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Yeah, you're getting ready to do. You're getting ready to move. There's something inside you that's different from what people are seeing for sure. Why you hide yourself? You're also trying to get, I feel like, to go from the Nine of Wands to the Knight of Wands is if you're trying to get your mojo, your energy back, your stamina, your drive. How does this affect your relationships? The Devil. The Devil? The Strength card. Wow. What are you doing? This is so intriguing. So this is how it affects your relationships. The Devil and the Strength card. It affects your relationships on a really deep level here. Again, it's all major arcana. So, you know, I know some people say, well, what does that mean, Cindy, if it's all major arcana? These are things that are much more difficult for us to change in our lives. When we enter the energy of the major arcana, it's usually like, it's based on, like these have very archetypal energies. So they're really set. These energies are quite set and they have very strong archetypes around them. So it can also symbolize really significant meaning, lessons that you're going through, people around you are going through, as well as a significant change in path or staying on a path. Like this is significant and it's not easy to sway from it. Where the minor arcana is more like how you're reacting to that right now or how you're going to react to that tomorrow. Or, you know, like this is much more difficult, this energy to change. You're in this. And the minor is kind of like how you're reacting in that. How people around you are reacting in that. So it's big, like how this affects your relationships. It's like whatever toxicity you're going through is strengthening you. It's giving you confidence to see past it. So maybe you're also fighting your fears. Maybe you've already conquered some sort of fear on this, but you're allowing that to still make people think that you're still afraid of something here. Yeah, it feels more like that. Like maybe there was some sort of fear in the past, so it's easy to just kind of keep wearing that mask. Yeah, you're playing your cards close to your chest for something. Advice for you is the Chariot. The Chariot is your advice. The Four of Swords. Healing. Something to heal as you move forward. A healing cycle, like moving into a healing cycle, a restful cycle. It's kind of funny because you would think like, well, who you really are, and this is kind of like right now. I mean, I could do this in a week and it could be different for you. But who you are right now is you have Temperance and the Hangman and the Magician, which feels like not necessarily an energy of engaging with a lot of people. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if the Hermit was kind of with that energy. You're being patient. You're kind of stepping outside of the crowd and observing from a distance. and creating your own magic and energy moving forward. And in that though, like I see that you are kind of tired. Like you're tired and you want to get your energy back. You want to get your motivation back. You want to get over this hurdle and find something new on the other side that inspires you to move forward with a lot of excitement. But the advice for you is to move, get yourself, go forward and give yourself time to rest and heal. So I want to say you're either involved in something that takes a lot of mental exhaustion, something here. Because you're not really showing up, but why you're hiding yourself is because you are tired. Okay, so outcome if you follow the advice is the Four of Cups. It might be needing to postpone something. Whoa. What are you doing? The Eight of Cups and the King of Swords. Coming, like walking away from something here. This is really mysterious. I don't think I've ever done a Leo reading where it was so mysterious before. There's something that you've got going on that you're not showing, and it's not even coming up here. You're not even sharing it. What is this King of Swords? What is this King of Swords? Oh, it's a new plan. It's a shift in the energy for you, and it's moving forward. Being able to move forward. That makes sense, because who you really are right now, you're not really moving forward. And you're too tired to do it. You might be wrapped up in stuff that doesn't allow you to move in the direction that you want to. In the past, it was kind of creating some sort of a fear for you. But I feel like you've kind of put you've put those fears behind you. There might still be some sort of mental anxiety going on about whatever this is you want to do. But you've got a plan up your sleeve. It's easier to keep wearing the mask. If people thought you were too afraid to do something, it's easier just to allow them to keep believing that. And it also eliminates perhaps some sort of conflict because you're too tired. You're too tired to deal with that. So you want to move forward and have a good plan here. After you've removed yourself from situations or people, past events that either you were not recognized for who you were, what you had to offer, or vice versa, and remove yourself emotionally and have a very solid stance on this. I'm going to lift the Devil and the Strength card one more time. This is, all about finding your happiness. It's about moving away. So how this affects your relationships. It's sort of like being trapped, allowing yourself even to be trapped in some sort of toxicity temporarily. And in that, you continue to wear a mask like you might be too afraid to do something. You know that whatever this is in the past, it did not work out the way you hoped. And you're finding your happiness on the other side. Wow, that's so interesting, Leo. Look at you here. Yeah, Queen of Wands, and it's all reversed. Yeah, you are finding your mojo again. And you're being patient about it. But you're going to need a hot minute to catch your breath before you move forward again. I feel like that. Well, there you go, Leo. I hope you enjoyed that. I find it really interesting. So I'm going to go do the extended. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.